So did not show my screen. Anyway.
No, we're good. We're live now, though.
Yeah, we are.
So,
okay. How you guys doing? Eric Scott here, part of the Leadership Council. We're doing a couple fun little audio things. We're going to be getting started here pretty much today, Sunday, what is it, the 13th of July. I want to thank everyone for taking some time to get over to us. I actually have two screens set up, so it might be a little weird for you guys. I'm having problems with the main screen, so I'm going to be jumping back and forth between my computers, but I think you guys can hear me, and I'm just getting getting set up with everything. But let me do a little bit of introductions for everyone that's watching right now. I'm going to go from my right to the left. We got Ronnie Geyer Shimra. I hope I said that right, Ronnie. Is that right?
That's pretty good.
Okay. Thanks for giving me some grace there, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out, man. I'll give you a chance to talk here in a few minutes. And next to Ryan, at least as I see the screen, is Martin Ware. Martin, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
hey, what's up, Eric? Doing good, man. I'm excited. Jumping back on the Leadership Council. We've been away for a month now, so I'm super excited for everyone, listening to us. And I'm actually just so I throw it out there. I'm on the questions. So if you guys have questions for us, either post it on the Facebook group or in our G Plus page.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. You rock. Next to Martin, we have Mr. Ken Hayes out of the south part of America. How you doing, brother?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Doing great. Appreciate you coming on. And next to Ken, we have Katie Johnson out of Australia. So this is kind of fun. Really quick, Katie, before I give you a chance to talk. We have Ronnie. I believe you're in Europe, right, Ronnie?
Yeah, correct. Copenhagen, Europe. Yeah.
It's 11 p.m. or a little after 11 now where you're at.
Yeah.
And then
sure.
on the other side of the world, we have Katie. It's a little after 7 a.m. in Australia, and we're all talking across the globe. I love that. It's pretty awesome. Katie, how you doing? Can we hear you? Give us a little hello, Katie. Can you hear it? You might have muted out. I'm not sure if you muted out yourself.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
You're making it, Katie. Next to Katie, we have Howie Perks. You guys, I'm sure you recognize Howie. He's pretty active in our community. Howie, how's it going, man?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here. Excited to get back on the leadership and give some value and also learn a lot.
Very good, man. Appreciate you so much. And then next to Ronnie, we have my mug. I'm sorry, to Howie, we have my mug there. But that's just for kind of back up there, so don't mind that guy. And then at the end, at least as far as I see the screen, we have Arthur Chan, man. Arthur, I definitely appreciate you, man, taking some time and coming out to be on with us. And how you doing, man? How's it going?
All right.
All right. Good deal. So here's the format today. It's been I think it's been about a month and a half since we've been together. I literally haven't even been back from vacation for a week yet. I was gone for about a month. And that was nice, it's summertime here in America. And actually, really quick, as I get on that note, normally we have Shelly Belcourt with us. She is on vacation herself. She just started this past week. It's winter where she's at, so that's a little more weirdness for me. But so she's on a winter family vacation, so she's not going to be able to make it today. Scott Ewart, who's also normally with us, he's doing some business travel, so he's not able to make it with us today. And then Teresa Key, one of our other leaders, she's normally with us as well. She just got a call last night, and she had to take a commitment. So those are people that are normally plugged in, but they're not able to. Hey, it's summertime. We got people traveling and have different commitments and coming up, so we're just going to rock and roll with it. So what we're going to do today, we have Ronnie, Katie, and Arthur. We're going to talk about, find out more about them and their business, and seeing how they're using some of the MITS strategies, to kind of operate their different, businesses and brands, and then find out what they're doing that's working well, and then questions that they might have and feedback they might be able to share with us, and we'll get into that. So and then I'm gonna share kind of a big of a mistake. I think a big mistake that I made at the end and had Vince share some good insight with me while I was on vacation. But I'm going to share that for the end. I think it would be helpful for people just in terms of perspective and action taking and marketing and different things like that. So, Ronnie, I want to jump in and get to you, man, and kind of have you share a little bit about yourself, because you're a pretty experienced marketer, and maybe just touch a little bit on kind of what got you into wanting to use some of the MITS strategies, and then tell us a little bit about your business and maybe what we can either learn from you or help address some questions you might have in some of the marketing stuff. You can go ahead and take the floor. I'm just going to check my other screen real quick just to see if I can get that right.
Okay. Thank you for having me on the call tonight. It's always a pleasure to be with like-minded marketers, and it's always a pleasure also to be sharing knowledge. I mean, this is my baby of my life, actually, to share knowledge with people and make sure that they can practice it and put it into some sort of action. I have a very long corporate background in sales and marketing, and was laid off in a position back in 2007. And at that time, I actually had some network marketing going on with a couple of other companies, none mentioned, none forgotten, and therefore, I always had something going of making some extra money next to what I did, even though I had a pretty decent management job there, and I was doing pretty well. But then I had this entrepreneur mindset. You have this feeling. When you have that feeling inside you, you want to go for it. And that time I just did it with the network marketing setup and a product that I needed myself, and I shared it with others, and I started building a team anyway. And I had also in my corporate life, the managing role of having people that I was guiding. And when you have these two combination, it was natural for me to sort of have my own business. So when I was laid off there back in 2007, I decided to start more or less 100% for myself. So I started as a consultant for other companies and small business owners to help them actually drive sales and marketing. And of course, you cannot avoid to get online at a certain point. And when I started searching the online world of getting a business online, how can you bring a traditional business online, and how can you get it on there? Then I was searching for where to go and find some good people that could do that. I knew a couple of people from different kind of network marketing events, and one of the people I tumbled across first, I think, was Ray Higdon, that did some blogging, and he was really online all the time, and I started following him. And of course, as anybody else in our profession, in network marketing at least, would know that Eric Worre is there, and I was following him, turning into some of these events. And at a certain time, I had just one of those, you click that button and you just purchase that product, and before you knew it, you were in the next phase of an upsell, and then before you actually left that sort of link clicking through, you were like $700 short in your account. And that was my first experience of getting online to get an upsell product, and with a lot of training inside, and I started building my own blog and stuff like that. And as we all know, we need to make sure that we can duplicate and share it with people that we want to drive into our business. We want to make sure that duplication role is always there, and that was one of the things that I felt was necessary. And at a certain time in this process, I was in a Jonathan Butt story, following him, futuristic marketing, some of you might know. And then suddenly, Vince Reed popped up, and as we all know Vince's story. That he was like sort of one of the people that was under Jonathan's wings to learn what to do, and then that moved on, and that was my intake into getting into the online marketing world. And then I realized as soon as you start getting on video, I mean, this was one of the things that I learned pretty fast, that I wanted to get on video, because I was used to stand in front of an audience and teach people. Both on network marketing, also in my corporate world, so it was natural for me to be on stage, if you can say so, and I really like that. So that's the video media is a good thing for me to share my knowledge and share with others what I can do. And back to what MITS has actually done for me, I think that I'm one of these people that likes to have like a simple bullet point way of working. You know, if you can give me like 5 bullet points and go through that list and tick them off, that'll be me. And when Vince showed us that ABC setup, because that's where I was struggling. I found good people that I wanted to have in my primary business, but my problem was, as anybody else, you know, why should they leave what they were in because they loved what they were in, and you know, and I was where I was, and I loved what I was doing, and I was trying to convince these people to join my business, and when Vince actually showed me that ABC model of me being in my primary business, showing that to somebody else that I wanted to have joining my business, and then if I couldn't do that, and then we have this opportunity. If you can share something that we both need in our equal business, then we could definitely easy tell that to people and show that to people, and that was what I was doing with MITS actually, and that was probably the reason why I hammered on with MITS very heavily. So this was the little background of why I'm here, and why I'm probably invited to this little hangout here, as well as to be with some of you guys. I definitely have looked over the shoulder of Martin a couple of times. I'm so glad to be on a call with him. And you guys are, I mean, I follow what you're doing, and you know, that's the power of being online. You know, we can see what each one of us is doing in our various Facebook groups, and Facebook became one of my, as anybody else, and you know, one of the forums that I'm in all the time, and getting in touch with people. So I don't know if that covers what you expected, Eric. I don't know.
No, that's great. That's great. And I guess I'll transition it a little bit. Thank you so much for sharing that. In terms of the MITS strategies, is there any particular one that you're using for your business that you're finding success with, or that you want to get some feedback on?
The one that I started off with immediately was. And
Ronnie, I'm sorry. Let me stop you for a quick second. Everybody that's on the panel, if you guys could hover over at the top of your screen, there's a little microphone. Go ahead and click on that if you haven't, and it mutes you out, and that kind of that will help us in terms of our noise and the screen moving back and forth. So if you guys could do that, and then of course when when I ask you to talk, just unclick it or click on the mic. We should be good to go. That'll help out a little bit. I'm sorry, Ronnie. Go ahead, man. Appreciate it.
No, but what I implemented absolutely first was the Twitter setup. I mean, you know, getting that. I mean, I've done the Facebook ads, and I came in shockingly having this email coming in the morning that I spent $200 overnight, and I was in shock. You know, I immediately went into that ad and stopped it and find out whether I needed to keep on going with that ad. But as soon as I saw the Twitter strategy and the ability to put ads inside of Twitter, that was one of the first things I implemented from the MITS system. The other thing I actually didn't at the time when I was introduced to MITS, I didn't know that I needed it. But you know, I was in the chat with the guy that signed me in the program. But I knew Vince Reed from the past, and I'd been in one of his other companies or in one of his other programs, so I knew what he stood for, or stands for anyway. Still, so I was not in doubt when I heard that he was behind the MITS system. Then I knew that it was a go. And what I'm actually sort of I'm like anybody else. There's something I haven't done yet, and one of the things that I haven't done yet, because I'm busy with the strategy I'm doing with Facebook and chatting with people and building relationship on Facebook. So therefore, a couple of the strategies I want to make sure that I get hands on from now on is the mobile advertisement. I really want to make sure that I can start using that, and as what I hear from the plan of next week of the training we're getting is basically focused on that. So I'm looking very much forward to follow that very to the T and try and implement that. So if I should have something from the panel that I really like to have some additional support with, is how you guys are using the MITS pages, because I have a couple of sales funnels that I have set up. So I felt that if I had to implement some of the MITS pages as well, that would just be me making some new sales funnel that would just give me some more more hard work. Not that I hate that, but it will probably sort of take me out of my daily method of operations that I'm doing.
Cool. I'm kind of thinking, Martin, I might want to have you touch on this in a little bit, just because you have some experience with mobile. I know you just touched on it for a second, but what are you specifically wanting to drive traffic to right now?
What I would like to drive traffic to is actually to MITS. Actually, I would like to sort of get other marketers to discover MITS, because I think with the MITS pages and the combination of both that and the MITS training system of the traffic strategies, I mean, in my blueprint it says, you know, traffic first, conversion then, and then money. I mean, this is typical for all of us. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. But therefore, traffic is the first thing we need to learn, and some of the pages can help us make a better conversion on the traffic we're generating. So in that term, that's probably what I would like to have some more assistance with, driving some traffic towards the MITS system or to MITS pages, whatever.
I'll jump in real quick, and anyone else could jump in if you're on the panel. Just so you know, though, Vince, we are going to be doing mobile this coming week, so we just confirmed it with Vince, and you know, so anyone watching this right now, we are going to be doing mobile. So I definitely recommend you guys getting on to our Tuesday calls and our Thursday calls, okay? Because Tuesday calls, you're able to call in, you're able to talk to Vince. He's able to literally help you out, okay? And I mean, his time is definitely valuable. We all know that. On Thursdays, he literally goes in there, tweaks campaigns, shows campaigns. So that would be the first recommendation for anyone that's watching this, is definitely getting onto our mastermind calls, just so you can get, you know, additional help. But you know, mobile is big, though, definitely. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do with mobile, especially with our new mobile MITS pages. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that already, but it's very, you know, it just came out a few days ago. But just driving traffic to those mobilized MITS pages. Actually, they're all mobilized, but this one is just a little bit different. You don't have to actually scroll on your mobile device, which is actually pretty cool. Everything fits there, so it looks very, very professional. I would try that. I'm actually sending traffic there now, and I just started, so I really can't give no concrete details. But as we go along, I mean, definitely using the mobile MITS pages will help with conversions.
Yeah.
So, anyone else has any insights?
Yeah, I was going to touch on that too. I guess I was going to touch on this a little bit later, but you know, I actually had a conversation with Vince while I was on vacation, and I guess now is as good a time as any. I was spending a lot of time creating my own stuff, you know, and this is as a level 3 member, if you guys could take it from this perspective. And I ended up finishing it, shared it with Vince. He said, hey, you know, what I had was good, and there were definitely some tweaks. You know, but one thing that he said that really resonated with me and just kind of got me stopping doing that action was, he said, you know what I can't do, even though I just shared some good advice with you, what I can't tell you is how this is going to convert what you just created. You know, good stuff, but I don't know that it's converted. But here's what he said. You know, what I can tell you is I know that what I create is converting. So if you just focus on that as a level 3 member and just do the same thing I'm doing, then I can tell you about what your percentages, you know, should end up being. So Ronnie, the reason why I share that is, you know, since you're talking specifically about wanting to drive traffic to MITS, what I did, now that, like I said, I haven't been back a week yet, but the little time that I've had, you know, and of course adjusting back on vacation and doing some other errands, the time that I have for committed for my business has been cutting all that stuff out from before and just copying exactly the same campaigns that I see Vince doing. And that's from the time on the webinars, you know, when he gets in and he shows us, you know, some of his stuff. You can look at some of his ads that he has available, you know, just through the things that he promotes. And all I've done is just copied his videos, put them in mine, and just starting to drive traffic to that now. Yeah. And I honestly think that makes the most sense as a level 3 member. And, you know, here's the big point. Again, I was going to say this for the end. But but it's a perfect time to talk about it right now, is if we do not have an established reputation, and we're wanting to gain that, Vince has said it several times recently, one of the best ways to do it is to promote something or someone that's already proven. And that's what MITS is all about. That's the entire system that he set up, you know, to do that. So the way, again, that I'm doing it now, going forward, is to just get exactly his stuff. And how he's going to touch on this a little bit is, you know, the difference between driving traffic straight to Vince's capture pages versus getting your own object. And so we'll touch on that a little bit. But, you know, without going too much into that right now, Ronnie, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it. You know, this is what I intended to do anyway, and I'm glad you just sort of confirmed that to me, because that's easier for me now to say, okay, that's the way to go, because you know what I've learned also is if you have somebody that allows you to copy what they're doing, that'll be great, because you know, I mean, that's what Vince is also doing. He's sharing with us what he's done, and if we do something that is, I mean, I would rather promote him than promote myself, because I think he's much more valuable to the marketplace. So it'd be much more fun, you know, to have people watch what he's doing. And I mean, with the system that MITS has done for us, have generated for us, it looks very professional. It looks very transparent. It's very easy to grasp for people when they see it. So if we are touching that onto real marketeers, then I'm not in doubt that no matter what we do of traffic driving to these pages, that'll just be awesome. So thanks for giving me these tips. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you too for you know, for sharing and coming out here. And of course, we're in the group, and you can always continue to communicate. I will message with you. We kind of do that sometimes anyway, Ronnie. But I also want to follow up with you and kind of share with you some of the examples that I kind of come up with this week. And it really is. It's just mimicking what Vince is already doing. So yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. And so I'm going to jump over to Arthur. Arthur, how you doing, man?
All right.
Good deal. You have, you know what, I'm having problems with this screen here. Let me see if I can work this a little bit. So there we go. You Arthur, have a few questions. You've been in the community for a little while, and I think you've had a couple questions that you wanted to ask about. And then I specifically wanted to ask you, you know, some of the areas that you're wanting to try, some of maybe the strategies you're wanting to implement. Maybe you could touch on that right now, Arthur.
Well, I'm level 3 in MITS, and I'm not sure whether to try to push my own primary MLM or MITS. What would be better? Is anyone having any luck going from MITS to their primary, or if they're level 3, do they stick to MITS? And since you mentioned utilizing the videos that Vince has made, wouldn't we be competing against him somehow with our keywords, or how does that all work?
Cool. Great questions. I would say absolutely not. We're not going to be competing with him at all. And you know, for those of us that get on the calls and webinars, you know, he has said recently, he's actually encouraged us. You know, and I know, you know, I get to talk to him a little bit more frequently than maybe the average, but he says and has said, I know he said this on webinars and calls, that guys, any videos you have or see of me that you want to use, you're free to use them as long as you're driving traffic to MITS. So the idea of it is, if, I mean, hypothetically, you pick a keyword, if Vince's ad is already there, and I guess you're trying to also do one as well, I don't think it's necessarily competing. I guess personally, you might be competing against his ad, but in terms of providing MITS and sharing that, then it's really, you know, driving people to something that, you know, can really help them. At least that's the way I see it. And so if they click on your ad, then of course, you know, they'll follow through that system and follow through. But if it looks the same, I think it just lends more credibility, you know, to the effectiveness of what you know, the training is really about. And I think that's the idea, is implementing, like Ronnie was just talking about, implementing something that is proven and effective, not just in terms of the effects of the industry, but the effects on you and your business. You know, because we buy into the process of replicating success. You know, I think that's the big lesson that I got. Sorry, hang on one second. That's the big lesson that I got in my conversation with Vince. Is I don't know if it was, you know, subconscious arrogance or pride or just complete naivety or whatever, just, you know, misconception of thinking and going down the road that I was going. I know a lot of people struggle with that, and that's kind of what we're addressing and talking about now. But at the end of the day, one thing that I know Vince has shared is in his story, you know, he just promoted his mentor for a long period of time and didn't worry about promoting himself. But it was his production that ended up building the credibility that I think most of us, you know, want to have as marketers. But it was because he bought into just doing what his mentor told him to do. And he didn't worry about, at least my take is that he didn't worry about figuring out how to promote himself in that process. He just promoted the proven systems and steps that were working. And so there, I guess I want to touch on a little bit, Arthur. There's no way that we're ever going to collectively oversaturate the online market. So is just pick your keyword, the main keyword that you're wanting to drive, whichever your company is. That's the thing you want to focus on. And then, as Vince has talked about, is focusing, you know, up to 3 other keywords. Companies that might be looking for, you know, the benefits that MITS have to offer, and then, you know, doing that as well. But depending upon what your budget is, I would just focus primarily on your primary, and then growing your budget from there. And I want to give other people a chance to chime in on that. Ken, Howie, Martin.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Arthur, that's a great question with the difference. I think that's what everybody, as an online marketer, obviously, what attracted me to MITS was the ability to generate leads to build my network marketing business, or whatever business you're in if you're not in network marketing. And there's a difference with, you know, if you're talking about doing Yahoo Bing, just for an example, Vince teaches to select 5 companies, pick your company, and then 4 other companies that are related to your industry that those people are already interested in what you have to offer. And one way you can go about it, it's kind of how I'm a YouTube marketer, and that's what I used to do before I got into MITS. And I wanted to learn how to do paid strategies, so I'm getting away from that and doing more of what Vince teaches. And that is, if you're targeting your company name, you can brand yourself as a leader by getting results by applying what Vince teaches in MITS with whatever traffic strategy you choose. And you obviously, right when you get started, you're not going to have the results, so you can use Vince's stuff and leverage him as a leader to start getting results. But as soon as you get results, you'll make a video showing that you know how to generate leads. You know, obviously, if you're advertising for your company name, and now when people are searching for that company, they see you, and there's more reason to join you than to join somebody else because you just increased your value proposition as a leader. So hope that helps you.
How are you calling yourself a success, though, with your own primary if you're promoting MITS first?
Well, you're not calling yourself a success. You become a leader. There's a big thing online. You know, people say branding. Brand yourself as a leader. Well, all you need to do is learn one technique in order to help generate leads, because it's all about traffic and leads. And if you know those leads eventually turn into sales, and you can brand yourself as a leader by learning one thing that somebody else doesn't know. So there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to market on Twitter. So you can get results and generate leads. And by showing other people that you know how to generate leads, that's going to position you as a leader. Even if you haven't even made any sales in your network marketing company, it's not about that. It's showing people that you know how to do it. And then as you go, it's going to attract more and more people as you're showing results and showing that you know what you're doing online. More reason to join you than join somebody else that's in your company.
Okay.
Another thing I'll jump in, if I may. Arthur, you know, just MITS, the way it's set up is when someone comes and you're promoting MITS, right? You're level 3, so you're promoting MITS when they come in, and obviously you're promoting it to obviously build your network marketing business. But the way it's set up is, have you set up your avatar already, and you set up your links in the back office,
Yeah.
driving people that for your opportunity? Have you done
Unfortunately,
that already?
we're not able to see our own. As far as I know, we can only see like who brought us in. So I can't
Right.
exactly how it looks, but as far as I know, I'm all set up to go. Has anyone had any luck from level 3 signing someone up into their primary?
I'm sorry.
Well, I was
didn't hear
touching
the
upon.
question.
I just.
But has anyone had luck going from someone seeing that they're the person who brought them into MITS, and therefore that person joined them under them as their primary opportunity? Does that make sense?
Can I jump in on that question?
Sure.
It's just what I did with MITS. I used it also to promote it to people inside my primary MLM business, because I know which one of my leaders there wanted to do the same as I did. And so if you want to make this duplication, as we all do in a primary MLM business, we want to make sure that what you do, you can teach others to do as well. So I use MITS as a program for them to help them drive traffic to their primary business as well. And for the primary business purpose, you can use the MITS pages as your primary. I mean, you can drive traffic to your primary, which I also do. I have setups where I drive traffic directly to my primary, but I learn how to do it from the MITS system, and that's what I train my other leaders.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a group yet in my primary. That's why I went to the internet, because I don't want to approach my family and friends anymore, because they aren't into it.
Arthur, real quick, do you have a specific strategy that you want to go after, like using Twitter or Facebook or mobile or Craigslist? Have you figured that out yet?
Well,
Instead of trying to do all 5 of them, like I get, we can narrow it down to one, and you start mastering that one, and start getting results with doing one, as opposed to try doing all of them.
I'm gonna have
that
to
might help.
go to Yahoo or Bing, because Twitter has me on probation or whatever, because I put a link for my primary on a landing page, but they didn't give me a warning or anything. They just put me on suspension or whatever. So I can't use Twitter right now. I'll have to look at a Facebook again, because maybe I can switch out my group page. But anyway, yeah, I'll study Vince's training for Yahoo and Bing, and that might be my first course of action now. My focus.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to jump in here too, and I hope I'm saying something that will resonate. I think sometimes, I'll speak for myself. A lot of the questions that we have, maybe before we take action or in the beginning of taking action, I tend to overthink, what the result or what the response is going to be of the potential prospect. And I hope I'm sharing what I think this would say is, I'm going to encourage Arthur and anybody else listening, including myself, don't worry about that. That has nothing to do with the actions that we need to take of promoting something that's going to help. At the end of the day, we get our links, we put it in an opt-in, and the simplest way to do that as a level 3 member, like you are Arthur and most of us on this panel right now as a level 3 member, is to copy what maybe Vince has already done, put your unique link in it, and then send traffic using one of the strategies, and letting that action be the voice, if you will. Mm. And then just the more we consistently do that, that action that we need to take is going to teach us, or going to tell us, what's working or not. But the benefit of a level 3 member is that we already have Vince and everybody else that's in the community promoting it. We know that there's numbers that are being converted. He shares pretty often 80 to 120 links, or sorry, clicks on average, leads to somebody opting in, and then of course the progression of upsells, goes from there. So we already know that. I can't say that for anything else that I promoted. I don't know what that number is, but I know in MITS as a level 3 member, if I just commit to doing those actions to get that 80 to 120 clicks, then I can reasonably expect to get about the same result. So that's what I would say. It's easy to overthink and question and wonder on those things, but I feel like I'm hearing Vince's voice in my head right now of just saying, just take the action. The proper action will lead to the proper result.
Okay, so watch the Yahoo Bing videos, training videos, for example, and focus on those. Utilize MITS pages and plop Vince's videos in, and kind of go from there to see my results and fine tune it.
Exactly. Do what he says. I'm saying this as somebody that's. Hang on a second. Did I just get unmuted? Okay, sorry. I'm saying this as someone who is doing right now what I'm talking about. Is let our actions speak for us. Okay, and we know that we need to get 80 to 120 clicks. Then we need to promote enough to get that 80 to 120 clicks to see the result. That's about it. And I'm saying that from my last conversation from him, what I took away from that, when I was coming, at the end of my vacation. So we just got to do it. We got to simplify it to that level. And for those here's two things. For those that are level 2 members that are in our community, and you came for that, then I would say do the best you can to model a similar action that you see Vince doing. Just have the link to your business. Put a little video together, kind of saying yourself and introducing yourself, and hey, here's what it is. Follow the same steps. Vince talks a lot about that as well. And use those same strategies to do the same thing. Or here's what's made the biggest difference for me is I struggled like a lot of people, when I got online. And I struggled for a long time. I found Vince, fairly early, but I didn't follow. You can see I'm still learning that curve right now. But the biggest difference that's happened for me was when I bought into the point, we'll talk about MITS. When I bought in and I already had confidence in who he was, and I purchased and got fully positioned, and then when I started, I even bought the traffic packages, and I started doing exactly what he designed the system for. That's when most of my results started coming. So I'm saying this talking to myself. The closest I get to that action, the more success I've had. The further I've got away from that action, the less success I've had. And that's been consistent up until a week or so ago that you talked about. So if I can share anything, I'm not wanting to encourage anybody to do something they're not comfortable with. But we're all here because we saw value in what Vince has said. Not every one of us can speak to his character and his integrity. We know that. That speaks volumes, and that's a huge thing. But we came here to develop a skill and learn a skill to drive traffic, to get people in front of our offers. Like he said, to get eyeballs. Everything in MITS is designed to do that. So the closer we get to buying into that pattern and that practice, the more success I've experienced, and I believe the more of us will be able to say the same thing. My success really turned around the closer I mirrored and modeled the expert, which is what he set this for. It's not about, you guys know Vince enough, it's not about Vince promoting Vince. He says it all the time. It's about him making a difference for us, working as hard as he does and bidding and all the rest of the people that are, a part of this. It's about helping us to succeed. So that's what I would say to authors. Find, like Martin's talked about, is find the strategy you want to run with. It sounds like Yahoo being. I think that's the one I'm running with, and I think that's the best one because it's a direct search method. Sticking to that and getting, for you as a level 3 member, and I'm happy to share, and I don't mind, I'm sure Vince is okay with this because he's already said it. I'm fine with putting some things in the and you can see that and say, hey, I'm doing the same thing. And then for those that are level 3 members, I'm telling you, the closer we get to doing that same action, the more we can expect our results to do it. And then the way he's set up, MITS, is that, level 3 member, you're already positioned to have your primary opportunity promoted as well. So people are going to connect with you, they're going to see your opportunity, you're going to set your account up the right way, and then you have an opportunity to let it flow from there. Anybody else, feel free to talk.
Hey, yes, I wanted to get in. Hey, Arthur, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, first off, I want to commend you for coming on the leadership and share what you're struggling with. Want to commend you for that. I'm sure you're inspiring someone else who feels the same way. Just breaking out of your comfort zone. So what I want to help you understand is that you being a level 3 and you have an MLM company, help you, let's say, shift your mindset as to what's your primary. The way I say it, and this is how I'm doing for me, is I'm looking at MITS is now my primary, and my MLM company is my secondary. That's my back-end opportunity. So focus on having success online, because then once people see that you're having success online and showing people who are in your MLM company how they can get success, with online strategies and everything like that, then people are going to be attracted to you and wanting to know, okay, what is it that you do and what company that you're in. So then now you can use, now if they're not in an MLM company, then you can lead with your MLM company, because of majority of people, they're in an MLM company and they're happy or they're committed to it. So now that's when you're leading with MITS. But then if it's somebody that's not in an MLM company, then you can show them what your MLM company is and then show them what you're doing to have success with that company, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'll start changing my focus to MITS itself and then see where that leads. Maybe I'll have so much success that I therefore focus more on my primary.
Right, because MITS is designed for us to have success whether somebody joins our business or not. Make money whether somebody joins our business or not. So it's really our target audience are people that are struggling in the MLM home business industry. And of course the strategies could be used for any niche, but our primary focus are people that's in a home-based business industry. So you lead in with that, showing them, okay, this is what you're doing to get leads for online, for your primary for your MLM company. Focus like Vince teaches, and I'm sure other people just said in the group. Focus on people that are in your company, showing them how they can get leads for their company. Then you're going to be having success online with that, because they're going to be joining you through MITS, and then it's like, okay, now you're having success online with MITS. And then people are going to see you having success, and it's like, okay, well, what do you do? If they're not in an MLM company, then boom, well, here's my MLM company, and this is what I'm doing to have success with it.
Okay, for the beginning, since I'm changing my focus to MITS, will I therefore build Vince's list for now with MITS pages, and because I can't imagine writing up follow-up emails and email sequence for people.
Yeah, you don't. That's something. You leverage the system. When you remember, our job is to drive traffic to the system. That's our job at MITS. So once you do that, really, you're building the list, they're working your list. If that makes sense.
What was it with that last part?
Basically, our job in MITS as level 3 is to drive traffic to the MITS system, to the funnel. I'm sorry, to the funnel. That we'll leverage. That's the advantage of being a level 3, because we leverage the system.
Okay.
You see, because they're working for us, making it easier and more simplified for us. Because then you can teach other people how to do the same thing. It's that simple. We don't want to overcomplicate this.
Okay. And then as far as get an account with Aweber or GetResponse or whatever, that'll be far down the line right now.
That could be far down the... I'm sorry.
I'll just send people to my MITS link then as a level 30.
Now, I'm going to share with you what I'm doing, because I know you said something about your account being flagged or something like that, because what Vince teaches, about with social media is that it's really frowned upon with anything affiliate marketing and stuff like that. What he teaches us is about sandwich pages. So I would leverage using an autoresponder to drive, let's say, build a list, but within that autoresponder is then sending them to your MITS funnel.
Actually, Ken, give me a second. I would say for you, Aubrey, and for everybody listening, whoever's listening to this now, I would just even make it simpler than that. And Howard was going to touch on this, and maybe this might be a good time. Howard, give me a second. Guys, don't even make it that hard. Aubrey, you just said a great thing. I don't know if I want to create all these email campaigns. You're level 3. You don't have to. Just drive traffic to the offer. Because here, bigger than what Ken just said as far as our job as a level 3 member, I would say it's bigger than driving traffic to MITS. We came here to develop a skill. All of us. We all have different reasons why we came, but at the end of the day, we wanted to develop and enhance a skill of being a better lead generator, of being a better marketer. MITS, all MITS is, it allows us the opportunity to do that by learning the skills that are in the system. So forget if you can, I know it might be hard to do this, but separate from the idea of what I'm driving it to versus the idea that I'm developing a skill set to drive eyeballs to offers. This one obviously being MITS. The target market and the avatar that we're looking for are people that want to develop that same skill. So he's simplified it as best, I think, as best as it can be done. So don't worry about author and anybody else listening. If you're struggling with this right now, do not drive traffic to your own autoresponder. Just drive it to the MITS system. Okay. Because at the end of the day, who do we think is better at following up with those leads, Vince or us? I'm not trying to slight anybody, but I know Vince is way better than me.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I mean, if someone could write an email sequence that follows up like Vince has already, I just assume utilize that for now.
Now, when I say about an autoresponder, I use it to direct them to, let's say, signing up for one of the webinars, the automated webinar. I use that to send them there because once they register, then they're in the system. This is just to get me off the social media platform where they're signing up through my affiliate link. That's all. I'm not using the autoresponders for sending messages because I don't have it set up that way. I only use it to direct them over to, like, I see the opt-ins basically. I know everyone has their own style of doing it, but I'm just looking at it as a way to avoid being flagged or any red flags going up with my account. That's all.
Okay.
Stand with
Ken, I would say I want to touch on something real quick, Martin. Ken, what you said is perfect, and Ken, I think would be an example of somebody that maybe is a little further along. He's not hindered by the inactivity of wondering what to do. He's already doing stuff, so he's gotten to a point where he's using his autoresponder. Great idea. But just for those that don't know, or if we're wrestling with this, the entire funnel that Vince is set up, that MITS is set up, it does all that stuff for you already. It tells people about, I don't know if you guys have opted in, just opt into one. Just put your information in and see what's in there. It already directs people to the webinars. It already does all the stuff that we're talking about. So my point is, if you're listening right now, and if you are starting out, you're new to MITS, you've been in MITS for a while, you're not happy with some of your results, and you are a level 3 member, or you have the ability to become a level 3 member, understand what's already been set up for you. Is just send traffic using one of the strategies to the offer, let the numbers speak for themselves, and understand that that funnel is already set up to do exactly the same thing. So, see what I'm saying? We don't have to develop and come up with the idea of what we're writing. It's already done. And you know what? I'm going to transition off of this for a little bit because this is, I think, a perfect segue, Katie. Katie's a great example of someone who has already done. She's taken some action. She's created some of her own stuff. So Katie, I want to give a chance to transition to you, so maybe you guys can see that kind of the example of what we're talking about, and I'll see if I can get up some of the examples that you shared with me, Katie, so people can see it. I'll do the screen share. So either I or you will do that, depending upon how successful I am. But I'm going to give you the floor, Katie. And do you feel like that's the perfect segue for what we were talking about, for why you're here?
Yes, Eric, and first of all, thank you for inviting me on here. This is a fantastic opportunity. Because I hear exactly what Arthur's saying, and I really wish I'd known that when I started in August last year, because I have wasted so much time trying to build my own sales funnel and get leads, when all I should have been doing was using the sales funnel that was already there in the business I'm in and getting sales, because that's what I needed. But anyhow, I've gone down that track, and I have got kind of a sales funnel. And this really is the first one that I've built kind of properly, because previously they were just so awful. There's no way in the world I would have even opted in. So it's no wonder I haven't got any results from it. It's not until Shelley introduced me to MITS and I've gone through Vince's training that I've got any kind of results from anything that I've done. So yeah, it's really opened my eyes to how to go about it and how it can be really, really simple. You don't have to make it complicated. Yeah, what would you? Where would you like me to go from here? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, give me a second. I just realized that Ronnie, I think it's past midnight where Ronnie is. So Ronnie, if you're listening, I want to thank you for being on with us. You're free to leave, man, and get some sleep. If you're listening right now, I think he's already muted out right now. But I think it's past midnight where he's at. So if you haven't laid down, you're free to do that. I just realized that.
I'm an online marketer, so I never sleep.
All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. So Katie, do you want to share your screen and just kind of show like some of your links? Because it might be better if you're talking and kind of showing. And all I want you to do, I think, is if you kind of show. Well, actually, let me just explain really quick. Katie has set up a campaign. She is in a top-tier company, and that's her primary opportunity. So she has, as kind of what Arthur was talking about, and a lot of us have been talking about today, she started setting up her own funnel, and she's here because she wants to get some feedback on it. And so I was looking at it a little bit yesterday, and your target is, I think, the kind of older, what, 55? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Retirees or pre-retirees?
Yes.
Okay. And she's using the top tier opportunity, and I can say it. It's with Mo. You're with Mo. That's your primary company. They're a friend of ours, so that's not a problem. So she's using that opportunity to present to people who might be pre-retirees, might be looking to, I guess replace something that they might have lost. Correct, Katie? Is that part of the idea, or to add to what they might be doing as they're looking at retirement. So you're using, I believe, are you doing Yahoo strategies?
Well, this campaign I'm using Facebook, and I've only tried Facebook and Twitter in Vince's training so far.
I'm sorry, I lost you there. What was that?
This campaign I've only used in Facebook so far.
Okay. All right, good. So, do you know, have you been on a Hangout before?
Yes, I have. I haven't tried sharing my screen though.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick and just show an example. And maybe Howie, can you touch on just because that question came up in the group, Howie, about the idea of driving to the MITS funnel versus your own. Just touch on that a little bit while I'm getting set up here.
Okay, yeah, great. Yeah, it seems like that's one of the first questions that people have when they get into MITS. And obviously, if they are level 3, you have that. Okay, do I promote my primary opportunity? Do I promote MITS? And how do I properly use the MITS pages in order to do that? And I actually had I started setting up my own funnel where I wanted to build my own list and I wanted to drip market to it. And then I just was like, you know what? Why recreate the wheel when Vince already knows what he's doing? He has copywriters that know how to write copy and convert, and he tracks everything. I was just, to me, defeating myself by trying to create my own funnel, and I actually changed all my links. I do a lot of Yahoo and Bing, which I'll share, when it's time. But I changed all my links to go right into the Vince's funnel. So all I did was create the sandwich page on the blog page, like Vince teaches, and every single link on those pages goes directly into the funnel. So that Vince can drip market, and I'll share the stats that I have so far this month on doing my Yahoo and Bing campaign. So I would say use the MITS pages to do that same strategy, and then once you start getting results, then you can start using those sandwich pages on places like Twitter and Facebook, which are different than search marketing, Yahoo and Bing, YouTube, any of those strategies where people are actually physically searching for something. When you're doing Twitter, you want to brand yourself, so then once you start getting results, you can use the MITS page, set up a page where you're showing your results, and then you can either go into your own funnel, or I would still say just go right into MITS, because Twitter, they know you, they see results, and then you say, okay, this is how I'm getting results, and that button will go ahead and lead them to Vince, and now they're inside a system that you don't have to worry about, because that Vince, the system is set up to convert.
Cool. You know what? In the interest of time, I'm gonna take this down, and we just won't worry about doing that, because I think the essence that we want to talk about is I'm gonna have you. Hang on a second. Okay, go ahead and just. I think we're running a little bit out of time, so for right now, I'm gonna, if you don't mind. Here's what I'm going to, not just for Katie, but also for people listening right now, is I think we need to realize, again, I have to bring it back to myself, listening right now, and I want us to all realize what we already have in our hands. We already have strategies that are already proven. We have access to those strategies, and all we have to do is delve into them, dive into them, get acquainted with them, and then start doing what they're designed to do. And so I would say, I don't even know if I should pull up the that kind of shows the breakdown. Hang on one second. I'm not sure if my password is set up on this computer. Give me 1 second. I would say understand the value that MITS has to offer. Guys, if you're here right now and if you are a marketing mastery kit purchaser, you came in and you bought the $19 kit. Great decision, great choice. You came and you got that because you wanted to figure out how to develop a skill. So go through that, get familiar, pick one of those strategies. There's a huge mindset audio series that's in there that helps you understand how to have success online. I don't care what kind of success or failure you've had in your past. That audio series is designed to help you understand what it takes mentally to have success online. So go through that. Because then there's also 12 strategies in that you can decide to choose from. But then level 2 access, the way it's set up right now, level 2 gives you access to a litany of different training resources that we can all get into, or you can get yourself into, and enhance your exposure, enhance developing your skill, all those great things. See if I can get all of them in here and just kind of show you what I'm talking about. And then really just start taking it home. So I guess here's the question that we have to ask ourselves, and this is what I had to ask myself when I was talking with Vince about a week and a half ago on vacation, was what right now, when I look at me and my business online, what do I want to most accomplish right now? Do I want to become the next Vince Reed, or do I want to produce results for myself, my business, my family? Yeah, it doesn't have to be an either or question, but the point is, what's going to be the fastest thing that helps me get to the end goal? And for me, the end goal is developing the skill so that I can help somebody else. Of course, in doing that, make some income, help my family, etc. That I think that's a pretty common understanding for most people, right? So that's what we're doing. So ask yourself, what's the best way to get to that result? Is a lot of us have shared, Howard shared, I shared, Martin, Ronnie, etc. Katie was starting to touch on this right now. Is we had experience like most marketers of coming in and trying to create that pillar of a business that we were told to create in order to have success. But the system of MITS that we are all have access to right now, that pillar has already been created. It's already proven. It's already working. So you just have to ask yourself, do I want to develop the skill that leads to producing results, or do I want to develop the reputation? And like the conversation that happened with me is production develops reputation. So just, what's the fastest way that's going to help you be productive in order to get sales results, and those results will build the credibility I think we're all looking for. It'll certainly create the income, and then the progression will go from there. So level one, or we used to have it as level one. Marketing master kit. Get in there, master it. I encourage you, unashamedly, get to level 2 as fast as you can. If you can do it today, do it right now. And even better, if you want to, Ronnie just asked the question earlier. Ronnie's an established marketer. He's been doing this for a little while. And I love that. There's always learning curves that we always have, and there's always opportunities to grow. And he's asked the same question: is it better for me to continue, doing it, building all these things myself, or just take advantage of what's already set up for me and just drive traffic? And I got some raising my hands right now. Everything I'm doing right now is mirroring the same efforts that's already proven. Because that's the reason I came here in the first place. That's what's leading to my success right now. Guys, I'll tell you, do what I'm getting. Don't waste time anymore. Just copy, mimic. Mimic the proven success of an expert marketer. We have access to an expert marketer. And this guy's, I'm done talking. You guys, somebody else take over.
Eric, I'll jump in. I'll take the baton real quick before we're already at the top of the hour. So if you guys have any questions, definitely ask your questions in our Facebook group, our MITS Facebook group, if not in our Google Plus page. But I just wanted to piggyback on what we've been talking about, and the simplest, fastest way is exactly what Eric just said, and what a lot of others have said is simply drive traffic to your MITS funnel. You don't even have to create. If you're barely starting off, like Arthur, let's just take Arthur for example, right? Arthur, this is great for you. Instead of you trying to build, going to Aweber, going to MailChimp, all this other stuff, just send traffic to your links. Let Vince follow up with your leads, because once they come in, once they're a lead, they're tied to you for life. So whatever happens at any time, if they buy that day or 3 months from now, you're still going to get that sale. And Vince is great at following up with people. So I would start there. Okay, don't try to build your list right away, especially if you don't even want to build your list. Right? Let Vince build. Do all that stuff. And another thing I would mention that no one has mentioned yet is, if you're brand new and you're barely going and you're learning the skills of MITS, right? That's why you got into MITS, to learn the skill sets. I would leverage Vince and buy a traffic package, right? I don't know, even if it's not in your budget, make sure that you at least leverage his ability to send traffic to your offer, right? I don't think a lot of people are utilizing that too. Imagine if you can have Vince just send traffic to your offer. Right, and you bought the package. You let that make that your marketing DNA. Every month, that you're gonna buy a traffic package. Let Vince send that traffic, and then you go and you learn either Bing or Yahoo or any other strategies that are in there. Right, while Vince is sending traffic, it's kind of like a double whammy. Right, you're learning the skill set, but yet you're also having to master traffic person like Vince and traffic, and now you're able to build, get sales while you're learning. Okay, so I don't think no one's touched upon that. I think that's a big thing, especially if you're brand new and you want to get sales. Let Vince send traffic for you, right? Yeah, does it cost money? Of course, right? Anything you do, if you go and buy any traffic that we do, we're gonna invest in our business, right? If you're doing Twitter ads, if you're doing Bing ads, if you're doing Facebook ads, if you're doing Craigslist ads, you're gonna be investing into your business. Why not invest into Vince and have him send traffic? So that's just another thing I wanted to throw in there that a lot of we didn't hear today. So remember, Vince, as a level 3 member, you can actually buy traffic packages and leverage Vince while he's doing the marketing. So I just want to throw that in there. And if anyone has questions, definitely let us know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyone else want to pick up?
I want to open it up to Katie because I cut you off, Katie, and I apologize for that. I wanted to hear some of your thoughts, and I definitely want to make sure that we are, being able to address, the big reason why you're here.
Okay. So I've got my sales funnel made up, but honestly, I'm really rethinking this. That I need to just go back to square one and just start driving traffic to Mo. I'm only a level 2 in MITS, but I could have the opportunity in another couple of weeks to go to level 3, which I would do without the slightest hesitation in the world, because I'm already talking to people about MITS. I've already got people who are interested in it and everything, but I'm not going to get the benefit from that, which is too bad. But I'm just, my sales funnel is, I've got a lead magnet, and it's, people are opting in for that, but they're not going to have a look at my primary business. So there's some sort of a disconnect there, and I'm just wondering how is the best way to fix that, what it could be that's causing it, and how to remedy it.
Okay. Let me touch on, because I did get a chance to peek at it a little bit, Katie. One of the things I would encourage you is, in terms of your demographics setup, I might get a little sharper on that. Let me see if I could, I think you had pulled that up on Facebook and sent that over. I'm not quite sure, actually, what demographics of your opportunity is. And in terms of like the highest response, I don't know if you can actually reach out to maybe some of the leaders over there with your company and see if you can get that answer for them, in terms of the age group, and maybe even ask and find out, if it's more, women than men or men than women or something like that, and really refine your target audience. But one of the things you did was you wanted to target retirees. I guess one question is what led you to that thought process to share that opportunity with potential retirees? Like, why was it that you decided to get that target audience?
Okay, this campaign has been targeted at Australian retirees because there's a lot of issues here at the moment. Our budget's just been brought down, and people here are really struggling with being able to fund their retirement. Their superannuation is not going to see the distance, and the government is going to force people to work for longer before they can get the pension, that type of thing. So that's why I targeted that particular demographic at the moment. It is also very much my avatar.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I think what you just touched on for right now, as a potential solution for you, is using, in that case, I know they already have a system already set up, is just using the, maybe sticking with the same group, but just giving the offer to them right away. Just giving them a chance to just see it, make a decision right away, as opposed to, getting in on yours and figuring out how you're going to make those adjustments from a time standpoint. Which is, I think, what you're touching on right now, is just do that, and then you also just touch on the fact that, very, very soon you're going to have a chance to, elect to opt to level 3. I think that's the best way to do it, because then, again, you have a proven system. You already have that on the back end. And I'm just speaking from my own experience. That's created the biggest difference for me. Is when I bought into that, I just bought in even more. All of my campaigns are just doing exactly what Vince is doing, as close as I can get. So, I mean, I can say that to the face. Let's, Katie, is that help for a little bit? And here's what I can say: is because we're running out of time, I'm happy to go over that with you even more, because you've already shared some of that stuff with you. I would love to do that. So we'll after this, we'll make a time. We'll go over that a little bit more. But I want to see if there's any questions that you see, Martin, that we can touch on. And Howie, thanks a lot, man. I don't think we're going to get any further into that right now. I want to give people an opportunity to kind of get to their families and other things like that. But do we have any questions that we can touch on, Martin?
I'm actually looking right now, so it kind of doesn't look like we have any at the moment. But
anybody else? Because at this point, I think we're going to start transitioning to getting off right now. Any final thoughts, comments from anybody?
I would say, just final thoughts. Definitely, leverage the system. Leverage these calls. Okay, if you need help, come on here. We're here to help you. At the same time, leverage the leader, the mastermind calls with Vince. Right? We should be definitely packing that in. If you're a level 3 or even a level 2, you should be getting on there, because they're very valuable. And that's you want to tap in there. You want to enhance your business. Get into those mastermind calls. That's been a big success in my business. Being able to talk to Vince, even hearing other people. Maybe it's not a question that I asked directly, but someone else asked it. Then I'm able to get a little nugget from there. And it's just those little things, right, in our business that we do every day that makes the difference. To be honest, right? So tap into those calls, I would say.
Great point.
That would be my final.
And to that point, I'm gonna I guess do the same thing. Let's recognize, guys, if you have any chance tomorrow to get on the Monday conference call, Vince is going to be going over specifically some of the enhancements that he's been working on. He and Vinny have been working on behind the scenes that are really going to make the system even better than what it already is. So, guys, put the time aside. I know some people work and different things like that, but get on tomorrow's call because he's going to really break down some of the changes, some of the enhancements that are available for us, and it's really going to take it over the top. So, and then I think mobile is the main thing that's touched on, I believe, this Thursday. So again, for those people that are interested in looking at that, I think that's one of the things you asked about, Honey. We're going to be going over that this coming week. But guys, plug in, get on the calls, get on the webinars. If you don't have access to it, make the commitment. Go above and beyond to get access to those trainings. Get at least to level 2 as fast as you can. If you're wondering, if you're struggling, you came here for a reason, and I believe it was to change the outcomes that you're already getting. And guys, I tell you, level 2 and everything that's in there, just the accessibility you have to over-the-shoulder teaching, coaching, training from Vince is second to none. It really is second to none. So if I can maybe take the word, I don't know if anybody has anything else. I'm going to see if I can do a screen share. I want to take a chance to thank everybody. Ryan, you want to say anything? I see you're unmuted.
No, actually, I just wanted to say it was a pleasure to be on here again, and it's sure that one of the things with getting all the things that are available inside MITS, I will encourage everybody who's watching this Hangout to go in and leverage everything there is. I mean, I'm getting so much value out of the calls. That just, as Martin just said, all the phone calls. It's very easy. It's a phone. You dial in. You have it in your ears, whether you're in your car, wherever you are. You can always listen to it, and it gives you a lot of golden nuggets. And I think everybody should try and join in, and at least on the Monday calls, and share that with as many people as you can. So, just a final thought.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Let me see if I can do. I don't know, Howard, were you wanting to say something too? I saw you're unmuted for a second. I think we're good. I don't know if your screen is frozen. So I'm going to do a quick screen share. Let's see if I can do this fast. Because I want to show the people that are watching right now, and even those of us, let me know, can you guys see my screen right now? Are you even hearing me?
I can hear you, but I can't see your screen.
Well, we keep seeing the screen from your other computer.
How about that?
No, we're not seeing yours. I mean, I see it at the very bottom on the panel, but you keep coming in from your.
Is there any chance you can white box yourself? It was blue box in the past with Hangouts, but can you sort of white box the screen you want to share?
Yeah. Are you guys seeing that? I just white boxed it.
There it is.
Okay. Cool. So here, guys, I just wanted to show us the breakdown of what the system is. Of course, I'm not going to go and read through everything in here, but guys, this is in our back office. If you're an affiliate of the system. And it shows the Mastery Marketing Kit right here. You can learn more. Level 2, right there. You can learn more right there. Level 3, you can see all the benefits right there. So it just breaks down everything that's available to you. And I think, if anything, if I could say, guys, do not think of it as a product. Sometimes I think Vince and other people have mentioned, guys, this is an education. It's a skill set development opportunity. And everything, if you're not sure what it is that you have a chance to get access to, it's in here. He's got the level 2, the Marketing Mastery Kit is broken down. Let me click on that, and I'm not sure how delayed my screen is. But it tells you everything you get, what you get, one-on-one business consultation. How valuable do you think that would be coming from a multiple seven-figure income earner who's, developed and reached expert status at being a marketer to anything? 12 untapped traffic resources. You got the Home Business Pros audio course. That's the course I was telling you about that really goes over the mindset. Vince talking about his personal story, but he covers the mindset of what he had to go through and what probably most people need to go through in order to transition from struggling to, to finding success. And even better, he tells you how to avoid, basically failure again, how to set your business up to win in that way. Everyone that comes into the system now has to get the Marketing Mastery course, which I think is brilliant. And then, we get into all the other different things right here, the breakdown of each course. This is just in the affiliate link section. So if you're a level 3 member, you have access to this already. Or I don't know, maybe I have to reach out to Benny or something like that and just have him put it in the access. But we haven't. We should know. So this is level 2. Sorry, right here, and it breaks down a little bit. Sorry, on the same page. It shows the same thing. It goes in depth. If you are needing to learn how to recruit, you have recruiting juggernaut right there. You got the Twitter PPC, the mobile PPC, the 4-part marketing mastery series. Guys, everything you need to develop your skill and to become a better marketer, driving traffic online is in here, whichever method you want to go. And then, of course, the beauty is Vince is always adding to it. So, I want to repeat what I think Vince has been saying lately, is we have to change our mindset from the cost or the investment of what it takes. Sorry, hang on one second. See if I can undo what I just did. Okay, there we go. So we have to switch our mindset from the cost to the investment, the benefit. What are we going to get out of it when we buy into committing, to these strategies? And so that's the encouragement. I think we are good to go. Apparently, we don't have any questions. At least I don't see them. Maybe I'll peek. Did we peek at the Facebook group, Martin? Okay.
Yeah, it looks like we're all good.
Okay. All right. So I want to thank everybody. I hope this helped not only everybody that got on the panel here. Ronnie, thank you so much. Katie, thank you. Arthur, thank you so much. And then obviously everybody that took some time on a Sunday, to come hang out with us. I really appreciate it. And I hope we gave you the value that you're looking for. Obviously, we're available in the group. I'm back from vacation, so I'm going to make sure that I'm more active. But Howie's active. The rest of the guys are active. Get your questions answered. Get in on the trainings, guys. And you know what? I want to take one moment to really acknowledge my man Arthur right there. You guys wouldn't know this, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot, Arthur, but he really hesitated, like a lot of people, guys. I talked to a few people, a few times during the month, and I asked if they want to be on this, and a lot of people are nervous, to come on. So Katie, Arthur, Ronnie, thank you guys for willing to come out that. But Arthur, shared with me that he's, like myself, actually, you guys might not believe this, but I'm a recovered introvert. and Arthur, kind of shared the same thing with me, is that, he really struggled with wanting to be out here. So guys, applaud this man for coming out here and working through that fear. And Arthur, you did a great job, man. You did a great job. So thank you so much. And I hope that wasn't too hard for you. And you guys, thanks. And so for, if anybody, let that be an encouragement to you if you're watching right now. Here's a person that took, something head on, and kind of fought through that fear, to be here. And now we can help them, go further with that. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Reach out to us in the group. And definitely get on tomorrow's call, the call tomorrow with Vince, and then, plug into the other access points this week. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.
We'll see you.